Shalom. First and foremost, before I get started with my lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations and blessings to the Akim that do this work in truth and in sincerity. And Lord willing, this video will be short and edifying and to the point. All right. And in the beginning of the video, all right, I placed a clip, all right, as you brothers seen and sisters, all right, of this young female, all right, this young demon, all right, placing her hands, all right, on her grandmother, all right, and you know, that just shows you, all right, the time and the season that we're in, all right, regarding, all right, the world, all right, this generation, okay, because shit, back in the day, all right, when I was growing up, shit, I couldn't do anything like that, you know. We live in the South, we live in Louisiana, so, you know, any slightest disrespect, all right, to parents, all right, I wouldn't say slightest disrespect, but I mean, if you did some shit that was, you know, out of hand and cross boundaries, you know, they getting switches off the tree. You know, they making switches out of the tree. They whipping you with belts, okay, slippers, all right, anything to basically humble you and put you in your place to let you know that you out of line, all right, and that's, you know, that's the correct order of things. Now, in this video, I'm pretty sure this young lady does not have any type of, you know, authority figure over her to tell her right from wrong. So, you know, she's just doing whatever she wants to do, and she thinks that shit is okay. But all these little, you know, YNs that's running around, that's in this destructive behavior, all right, the Lord is going to get them, man. I can't tell you how many videos I've seen where these kids, all right, especially Jake, all right, they go around doing all kind of, you know, menace to society type shit, man. All right, hitting old women, knocking women out, stealing, all right, robbing stores, all right, sleeping with other men's wives. You know, typical 2/3 behavior, man. 2/3 very low vibrational shit. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord, all right, is going to destroy them, man. All right, the Lord has to chasten them, all right, by the sword, all right, by death. All right, they have to die a slow death on this end, all right, to, all right, basically be purified, man. All right, that's the way the Lord is going to meet 2/3, all right, of the nation of Israel, man. All right, by death, man. They're going to know death by pain. And they're going to know that the things that they've done in their life, all right, wasn't acceptable, man. All right, let me go here to Proverbs 13 and 24. It says, he that spared his rod hated his son or daughter, but he that loveth him chasten him betimes. Now, some kids, man, you can actually sit down and you can have a conversation with them. All right. Not all things, you know, deserve to be, not all situations deserve a belt. You know, some kids you can actually work with and you know, talk to them and they can understand. But some shit just, you know, if you have to constantly tell them about something that they're constantly going off on, or if they cross a boundary, you know, then yeah, that requires chastisement. But this is one of those boundaries that have been crossed, man. And, you know, she definitely needs to be, you know, stoned, really, if you ask me, because it seems like to be able to get to that level to where you think that you can put your hands, you know, on your elders or the people above you or raise you, man, you need to, yeah, man, you need to be stoned in the front of the whole city, man, because it's obvious that, you're doing some other shit too that's not acceptable. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Let's go here real quick. All right. Because this shit didn't happen overnight. I'm pretty sure this is it just gradually grew into this. And a lot of the times, a lot of these so-called parents, man, they develop a relationship with their kids on the friend's level, to where the kid doesn't look at their parents as a respectable force, all right, someone to be feared, or someone to listen to, you know what I mean? They just look at them as their friend, man, no different than, a kid down the block, man. And that's going to be to your destruction, all right, if you raise a child up to be that way. All right, this is Sirach chapter 30, verse 8. And it says, "An horse not broken becometh headstrong, and a child left to himself will be willful." So if you allow that kid to just do whatever he wants, talk to you any type of way, you know what I'm saying? You don't check them at all. All right, if you don't check them, then it's gonna grow. All right, it's like a snowball rolling down the hill, right? It's gaining momentum, and by the time that they get a certain age, they're feeling themselves, they smelling themselves, you know what I'm saying? Like they can't be told nothing, all right? Then it's over with, man, all right? It's over with. You can't do nothing about it, man, all right? But to break them out of that, what you gotta do? You gotta chastise them, man. It says, "A horse not broken becometh headstrong, and a child left to himself will be willful." So if you're not there to guide that child in the right direction, all right, on what's wrong and what's right, all right, what's moral and what's immoral, then that child is going to be willful to go with whatever direction that it feels, all right? It says, verse 9, "Conquer thy child, and he shall make thee afraid. Play with him, and he will bring thee to heaviness." And that kind of goes into what brothers sometimes where even within the truth, like, it's okay to hang with brothers, and it's okay, all right, for, brothers and like the heads to get together. But it's not okay to always be in the presence of those people or those men, because now you get too comfortable and you may say shit that may be out of line. You get what I'm saying? And you may offend, you know what I'm saying? Especially an elder, you can't always be around, you know what I'm saying? You got to keep that level of respect, So that's what that's going into, man. All right, keeping that respect, keeping those boundaries. All right, laugh not with him, lest thou have sorrow with him, and lest thou gash thy teeth in the end. All right, so don't always just be buddy about every situation, man. All right, because that brings about too much comfortability. You know what I'm saying? He got to know what his limit is, or she got to know what her limit is, and dealing with you, man. All right, set up boundaries. It says, "Give him no liberty in thy youth, and weep not at his follies." So, don't be, oh, it's okay. You gotta tell him, no, don't do that. Don't do that shit no more, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't weep at his follies, man. Don't let shit just be sliding, man. Oh, he let me slide that time. Why is he not letting me slide this time? You got to jump on it, man. Address the issue, all right, whenever it's present. All right, right then and there, so they know, all right, that's not okay. All right, it says, "Bow down his neck or her neck while he or she is young." and beat him on his sides while he is a child, lest he wax stubborn and be disobedient unto thee. You see? So that's how you get them to be humble, man. All right, by putting that rod on them, which is that whipping stick, man, that belt. All right, it says, and be disobedient unto thee, so bringing sorrows to thy heart, to thy mind, man. All right, come to think about it. All right, there's this kid. All right, that hangs out. All right, with my cousin. All right, and my woman's child. Right, and I can already tell that he doesn't have any father figure in his life just because the way he carries himself. You know, he's very unruly. You know what I'm saying? He steals. He does these certain things, and I thought that maybe, with the influence of me on, the kids that I know, it would rub onto him. But no, it didn't work out that way. Let me just say that. And just recently, man, right? He came up missing for a few days. Like, he literally ran away. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure, all right, that brought very much, pain to his mother. All right, because his father is not there for him. All right, or he doesn't have a father figure. So when it says while he is a child, lest he wax stubborn and be disobedient unto thee, and so bring sorrow to thy heart. I'm pretty sure that brought a lot of sorrow to her heart, knowing that her son, all right, had ran away and basically went missing, man. All right, or your son is getting into all these different things. He's stealing. He's breaking things, breaking other people's property. Just basically being a bad kid. That's the best I can say. That's the only words I can find to come up with that. Just basically being a tyrant, man. So you don't want to have a son that's like that, man. Or you don't want to have a daughter, all right, that's like that either. That's labeled as a whore, because ultimately that's a reflection of you. Your children is a reflection of you. When they're out there and they're doing their thing, all right, that's a reflection on your household. You know what I'm saying? And you just don't want that image on you. Just as your woman, right? She goes out and about, and how she is, all right, out and about when she's not around you, all right, she's a reflection of you. How she deal with people, how she talks to people, how she treats people, how she acts whenever she's not in your presence, and respecting you. All right, so yeah, man, your kids are the same exact way. All right, they're a reflection of you. If you're a good person, all right, and you teach your kids good principles and manners and different things, then they're going to reenact those things. As the scriptures say, all right, train up a kid in the way that he shall go and he shall not depart. So if these kids, the majority of them, don't have any guidance, then guess what? They're going to be headstrong. And what are they going to do? Most of the time, they're just going to follow the culture and follow what they believe to be right. And that's going to lead them down the wrong road. All right? So let's go here. All right, I'm going to end it out on this one. It says Deuteronomy 21 and 18. If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son or daughter, which will not obey the voice of his father or the voice of his mother, and that when they have chastened him will not hearken unto them, then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him and bring him out unto the elders of his city and unto the gates of his place, and they shall say unto the elders of the city, This our son is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard. And all the men of the city shall stone him with stones. Then he die. So shall thou put evil away from among you, and all Israel shall hear and fear. So that's the thing. That's the goal. All right. The goal is to what? Fear the Lord, man. A lot of people, these people don't have the Lord in their household, man. All right. To teach them what's right and wrong, man. So, you know, these kids are a product of basically what they see, man. You know. So yeah, man, Lord willing, this video was edifying. Again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations and blessings to the Akim that do this work in truth and sincerity. Until the next time, Lord willing, I say shalom.